Yeah, hey, I was hoping to get some feedback on one of my campaigns.
Sure.
Alrighty, let's do it. This is Josh, right?
Correct.
Hey, Josh.
Hi.
Can you? Good. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I did pull up your account here.
Which campaign do you want to look at, Josh?
Do you want to do the sellers one or the photographer one first?
Well, uh, yeah, let's do the sellers.
All right. So here we are in your sellers campaign. So when you are just viewing it in your default mode, this is kind of what you see, and it doesn't make a heck of a whole lot of sense. All it's saying is that you've reached 1,400 people and you've spent $44.43. So when you see that, it's really tough to understand, what is going on and what's happening and where your results are. And it's also tough to determine what you can improve upon in terms of your key performance indicators. So this is important for anyone who's analyzing their campaigns is we have to look at the right data in order to really understand what is happening. So what I do is I go to this section here that's called customize columns, and we want to view very specific things. So I usually X everything out, and the things I want to see is I want to see how many people my ad got displayed in front of, and that's going to be your reach. The next thing I want to know is how many people actually clicked on my ad. So that would be link clicks. And then I want to know what it's costing me for each click. So that would be CPC link. After that, we want to know, the custom conversion metrics that you've created. So we want to know, who has, landed on your landing page and didn't opt in, and how many people maybe opted in, and how much those are costing as well. So that we go to the conversion values and we scroll down to find the ones that you created. So right here you have landing page views and leads. And then underneath it, you'll have the cost for the landing page views and the cost for the leads. And I usually just organize it so it says landing page views. And then after that, I want to see what it costs for the landing page view, and then leads, and then cost for those leads. Does that make sense to you so far, Josh?
Sure.
Okay, so when I click apply, you're going to see how different this looks now. So from here, we're seeing that, yes, we did reach 1,477 people. And of those people, we had 42 people who actually clicked on your ad, which means that your cost for every click is $1.06. That's incredible. That's really, really good. So where is the problem? The problem is we got no leads. Do you see that?
Oh, maybe, yeah, okay. I had six people sign up to MailChimp, so maybe I screwed up there with the pixel.
Okay, so you must have screwed up then with the pixel, so that's something we'll have to take a look at in there as well. But if you've had six people who opted in an ad spend of $44.43, that means that it's costing $7.41 per lead for real estate. That's really good.
Oh, okay.
So based on that, and if you've had 42 or 50 people who were on your page and you had six people who opted in, that means your opt-in rate from click to lead is 12%. That could probably be improved upon a little bit. And that's where we'd have to take a look at your landing page in order to review if we can make any improvements on it. So, Josh, could you maybe paste in the chat box what your landing page URL is so I can maybe take a look?
Yeah,
Sure.
for a landing page, you want to try to shoot for typically around 20 to 30% is kind of industry standard. That's where you start to see the results really come from. But $7, $8 a lead, it might be a little high, but it's at the start of the campaign, and that's typically when your cost per lead is going to be the highest. So you could whittle that down over time as well. Again, as the pixel on that campaign gets a little more seasoned, as you kind of dial in your targeting a little bit more, that'll come down. If you could get it, around $4, $5, that's great. The one thing to really understand when you do an ad autopsy like this and sort of look at different metrics, different KPIs, is a lot of marketers are going to tell you to focus on, oh, what's your cost per lead? That's not the actual number that the client typically cares about. The client cares about what is their cost per acquisition. What does it cost them to actually get a customer? Nobody really cares. Like a realtor, they're in a high ticket business where if they actually make a transaction, it could pay them $6,000 or $7,000 on a transaction. Do you think they care if they paid, $80, $100, $500 for a transaction? No. I mean, most realtors will pay $500 in exchange for $7,000 all day long.
Absolutely.
So don't get too hung up on some of those numbers. What we really want to know is how many people are coming through, and essentially what is the end conversion rate going to be. So
Cool. Yeah, I asked him for pictures and he sent me back pictures with red frame because I guess he read on some guide somewhere on the internet that red frames pictures convert better.
wrong.
Yeah, that's not accurate. But I one thing I'm seeing here too, Josh, is you have with your display network, you have it displayed kind of all over the place. So you have it on the desktop, mobile, the phone, instant article, and right column. So that's something that if
What?
you're turning this back on, I would be fixing that because you only really want this on desktop newsfeed and mobile newsfeed and take out the rest of all that.
I didn't know to do that.
Do you know how
No.
to, do you know how to fix that, Josh?
Yeah, I'll fix that.
Okay. That's the one thing that I would fix as well. And then here is your landing page. So let's take a look. Free seller's guide, 7 tips to increase the value of your home before selling. Enter your info to get your free seller's guide. It's not bad. I mean, it's very clean and clear. How of what you're gonna get. I don't know, Jeff, if you have any suggestions of what we could do to increase the conversion on this.
Yeah, the one thing that would definitely increase the conversion is if you had some sort of an image of the actual guide. So, if you had like a little and again, this is the part of a value campaign that's sort of a pain in the butt. But if you could get like even go to Fiverr.com and have somebody make up an image of like the cover of the guide and get them to make you like a little 3D image so that somebody who's entering their information feels like they're getting something of value. That's really important because as of right now, there's people are again 80% visual. There's no concept of what this guide is or what they're getting. So you may want to include some things that are actually included in the guide as bullet points and maybe a little image of the actual guide. Guaranteed, just doing those two things would increase, is going to increase the conversion rate on this page pretty significantly.
Yeah.
So
The
keep
other
the picture of the house and then just put like the guide picture in the background or
I would try a picture of the outside of the house,
Yeah.
not the inside of a house.
okay, outside of the house and then having the little PDF guide
Yeah.
hanging off on the side. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. So that's that one.